Welcome back, folks, to another rebuild, and this time we're going to the Czech Republic. I've not managed a team in this country at all before, and we are going to be going to Sparta Prague, who for some reason, being as good as they are in the country, they have not won a European title at all. And that's where we come in as we attempt to win them the biggest accolade in football in diary. And as you can see, we will be using the Czech koruna currency just to keep it a little bit authentic as we visit the Czech Republic. It seems like an awful lot. I don't know how that equates to everything else, but we'll have a look. But that looks like 199 million, which seems quite high. So enjoying the best era during the 2000s, the Reds have a history to be proud of, boasting a total of 25 competition wins. They've won the Czech Republic top division 13 times. I don't think that includes the season just gone. 23, yeah, they did win it last season, or this season just gone. So we're going to aim to replicate that as well as dominate once more. Finishing runners up 10 times. They have won the Mitropa Cup in 27, 35 and 64, and winning the FA Cup 7 times. So they have got an FA Cup in Czech Republic as well. That's a Super Cup. And there's the Czech FA Cup, winning it in 4, 6, 7 and 8, 3 times on the bounce, 2014 and 2020. So I'm not sure if they've won it in this season just gone, but they have. It's been a long time since they've won it. 4 years then, if that's not the case. Fiercest rivals, Slavia Prague, and we are predicted to finish in the 2nd position. Their favoured formation, the 4-3-3 1DM role, which will probably end up changing depending on what we have, but we'll go with it for the time being. We are also using an updated database provided by Notorious, which can be found on the fmscout.com website, which updates us all with all the relegations and promotions and signings, etc. So maybe there may not be any need to do any transfers in the first window, but we shall see. The board have outlined a long-term vision: play attacking football, sign high reputation players, and do not sign players over the age of 29. Okay. Maintain the best youth system in the country, work within the budget, where to build a new stadium as well, apparently. Reach the Champions League proper. So I'm guessing winning the title, we get put into a qualifying rounds, I'm guessing. But our ultimate aim is to come away with a European trophy of sorts. That's probably one of the early trophies that they're actually missing. So that is our aim in this 5-year rebuild. I'm just having a look at what the transfer money looks like, and 199 million kroner, which looks pretty decent actually. I tell you what, if some of these players, 58 million to 150 million kroner, 10 to 100, I think that's a pretty decent size, isn't it? So we have a look at finances. They have got 478 million. Wow, any debts? No debts. Wow, this is like a clean slate, this is. Staffing wise, as you probably would expect them to have one of the best in the league. So we'll leave that with the directors to bring in more folk, unless we have a few ideas of our own. They've got more coaches than they should have, so we're going to keep stum about that. On to the squad. A lot of players out on internationals. Let's search by age first, see what we've got to play with. Just 2 players over the age of 30. But we have got a youngest player, Karabek. Now, if you watch my Borussia Mönchengladbach rebuild, I'm not sure if this is the same Adam Karabek. I'd like to think it is, good if it is. Oh my God, we have got a star in the making here. Definitely be building a team around him, and he will definitely be playing in the cam role. So we know what he's all about because he looks phenomenal. Vitic as well, 20 years old, lots of potential. A DM player or a centre back, even better. I tell you what, we have got one hell of a good setup here, I think. So we look at our best players currently. We've got Haraslin, left or right winger, excellent stuff. I'm already thinking of a formation already. Another left or right one. Wow, okay. I mean, there's no reason why we can't go and win the league anyway. 22-year-old midfielder or a DM. Wow, I'm already thinking 2 DMs, maybe, or 1 DM and push everybody up front. Khan, Karen then, midfielder or DM. Yeah, we've got a lot of midfielders. Sorensen, defender, good. What we want to see is at 27 years old as well. Pesek as well, 29 years old. Striker, Kutcher. Ooh, 15 finishing, relatively quick, good teamwork and work rate. Composure 13. What's he like? 14 for us in 29 games last season while he was on loan, and looks like we've purchased him for 60 million. Got Panak, a defender again. I tell you what, we will have quite a few on here. Sadly, we have got amples of players. Presado, 25 years old, right back, very strong setup. So if we have a look at potentials then, so obviously we've looked at Vitek and Karabek. Any others? Danek, 20 years old, right winger. He can play in cam as well. We're gonna be we're gonna have a lot of DMs, midfielders. In fact, we've got a lot of players in every position, which is good to see as well. What about in the development side of things? Oh my word, look at these guys here. So if we have a look at our B team first, if we have a look in order by ability, Vidra, 19-year-old centre-back, bags of potential. He's driven. I mean, do we put these guys in now? We could end up playing a youth setup. Vaclav, 21-year-old striker. Not too bad though. Could do with going out on loan for a little bit longer, I think. Martin Shumowel, left back. Very pacey though. Good potential, want some more. What about the under-19s? And already we've got a couple of standouts. Weber, 17-year-old winger. Yeah, if we got the likes of Lucas Haraslin and Kocha, Kazak and Reyes, yeah, we're not going to promote these just yet, but wow, okay. Pengza, okay, a lot of room for improvement there. But going back to the squad though, it is very stacked, and it's no surprise that they actually won it this season. I think we can possibly improve on it a little bit more. Contracts expiring next season. Well, there's one already expiring already December of this year. Suchek, 22 years old. Should we hang on to? I'm reckoning we should do in midfielder, but if we're not going to be playing midfielders, he's relatively good as well, isn't he? I mean, if people come in for him with quite a lot of money, then obviously we can't say no, but there's not that many that need renewing. Haraslin possibly we will have to. He's worth a lot of money though, isn't he? We could definitely produce a lot of youngsters here. Just hope some of the big clubs don't come knocking. So starting with some of the transfers out, there's a lot of them that was already pre-made. For instance, Thomas Kavankara, who's gone to Borussia Mönchengladbach for 255 million kroner. There was nothing we could do about that transfer. That was already done and dusted. Same with Hoyer as well to Risabor. A few out on free. So the only transfers that we did let go of was, I think it was Windheim. He's gone to Groningen for 4 million kroner. And I think there was one more. In fact, I think it may have been Voro. He's gone to Bohemians, our other goalkeeper. He's gone out there on loan. We can't offload him. I think he's edging towards 30 or is 30. But yeah, we've decided to let him go as well. Which meant that we had a lot of money in the transfer budget, but we didn't really spend that much. So our first signing was Loris Karius. I felt we needed another goalkeeper, somebody who's pretty good and to give us a good stead into the next following seasons. I'm hoping somebody from Saudi Arabia might come in for him next season. So we might get a bit of money for him. But on a free, if we sell him, it's going to be pure profit anyway. But we do have to pay 560,000 kroner a week. That was the only downside, but he's a very good goalkeeper still at 30. And easily our best. From Hammarby IF, we pick up Shaquille Pines, a left back. 34 million kroner. Again, I thought we were very short on this left-hand side. In fact, I think we only had one player. And really, he's going to fight for that place, either that or he's going to be a backup. And from Lille, we picked up, yes, another left back. He can play anywhere on that left-hand side, so he's going to be very versatile. Especially, he can play on the left wing as well. But I think 55 million kroner. Gudmundsson from Lille. We have locked in two players, Vitek and Karabek. I know these players are going to be very good, so I want to lock them in now, because if we pick our best 11, I don't think Karabek, well, Vitek doesn't, but I wanted Karabek to play every single game as much as he could anyway. But Sorensen comes in for Vitek, so yeah, that's why we locked him in instead. But our back line doesn't seem very strong, so hopefully next season these guys will improve. So far so good. Friendlies went really well, and then we played in the Champions League qualifiers. We beat Payot 5-1 in the first leg and 2-0, so 7-1 battering in the second qualifying round. Then we lost out to Ludogorets 1-0 away from home and a 0-0 at home, so we bowed out of the Champions League phase. But we did get into the Europa League qualifiers where we played Slovan Bratislava 2-2 away and then a thumping 3-0 victory at home, which put us into the Europa League with Midtjylland, Dynamo Kiev and Porto. So we're still at that group stage. The league, however, it's not been too bad. 5-1 against Slovan Liberec, 2-0 against Sigma Olomouc. I'm going to butcher these names, so I apologise already. We did lose to Redek 2-1 away from home. Really shocked about that, but we beat Pardubice 3-0, 2-0 against Boleslav, 6-0 thumping of Bohemians. They were lying in second spot at this point, and a 4-0 victory over Zin. I can pronounce that one. Very, very easy indeed. We are lying second in the table behind our rivals Slavia Prague. 3 points in it. They're 7 for 7 because we had that one loss. So let's delve into our first season. Let's see if we can do what they did in real life and bring home that division title and see where we finish up in the Europa League. I'm expecting to go quite far in this. Before we go any further, if you're enjoying this video, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It is free to do so, and it is probably the best way of supporting the channel also. Plus, I've mentioned in the previous video that many people have asked for the save file of these games. Now, I am contemplating doing a Patreon page for a very minimal fee, so you can get your hands on these files. And if it's something that you are interested in doing so, then please let me know down in the comments below. So back to this particular save. So the Czech league splits off. It's a kind of a little funny league, really, to be fair. You play 30 games straight off the bat, and then it splits. The top 6 go into a championship group. Then the next 4 go down into a playoff round, which you can qualify for the FA Cup and the European spot, I believe, and the relegation group is the rest of the division as well. So yeah, it is kind of funny where it just splits off into 3 lots. It's pretty weird though. So for the first split, 30 games have been played. We're lying in second position, 2 points behind Slavia Prague, our fiercest rivals. We've lost a lot of games though, to be fair. One against Slavia Prague where we got hammered 4-1. Wow, okay. There's a couple of home games there I would probably expect to win. But 2 points in it, and we are some way off at a third spot anyway. So both of us are going for it. As you can see, we've got a Champions C there. So that probably means going into the championship group, we win it. We win it by the 1 point. So we didn't lose any additional games, but Slavia Prague did, and that was against Victoria Plzeň. 92 goals scored, 29 against. I mean, it's amazing. In our first season of this rebuild, we do exactly what they did in real life, and that is win the Czech first division. Overall though, we didn't get a leading goal scorer though. Slavia Prague take them honours, but Karabakh, best player in the league, most assists in the league. Superb. Competitions. Okay, there's a lot of things going on here. Right, we know we got knocked out of the Champions League. The Europa League, however, we got knocked out as well by Girona in the knockout round. So the round that we bounced down to, we get knocked out. Wow. 2-1 overall, 1-0 second leg loss. Who won it in the end? There's Manchester United that I can see, and they go and win it against Roma after extra time. Czech FA Cup though, we do get to the final and we finish runners up against Slavia Prague. Wow. So we beat them to the league, they beat us to the FA Cup, so it could have been a domestic double. Squad wise, however, Kucha 27 goals, not bad for the 27-year-old. 19 and 10 for Harislin Karabakh, 17 and 19. I told you this kid is going to be absolutely amazing. He's looking pretty nice already and worth a few bob as well. Our other striker, Bermancevic, 15 and 17, 13 goals for Panak as well. 12 assists for Preciado. I mean, there's been a few assists all around. Karius, okay, 43 conceding 49. I think that's, he's probably helped us win the league though, to be fair, with not many goals being conceded, but 18 clean sheets as well, not bad going either. And our other goalkeeper did play 5 games and conceded 5 goals with 2 clean sheets, so again, not bad going at all. So at some point we will be looking for a new goalkeeper, but I think for the time being, I think we should be okay. So going into next season, our budget is nearly 300 million kronas. Wow, got a nice healthy bank balance though. So that's going to help, and a fair bit, nearly £1 million a week, or nearly £2 million a week on wages budget. Wow. We've had a busy window, so starting with the outs, we do lose quite a few players. As you can see, quite a lot of them have gone. Ermil Krasinski, 24 million to CFR Cluj. Burgos has got for 19 million. Jan Fortileni. Tucci, a young striker, not getting much game time, gone to Magdeburg for 12 million. Polidor, I think he's a defender. Kambor, 10 million. 9.5 million for Pines, the left back that we bought in last season. Didn't really impress. He's gone back to Spain. He's gone to Levante for 9.5, and then a couple of other players gone out for small amounts, bringing in an extra 85 million. With that, from Sturm Graz for 100 million, 25-year-old David Schnegg, left back. Of course, we do like to have a left back. Gudmundsson's really playing well at the moment, and he's really taken the spot, but I think Snegg's going to fight back for it, hopefully, fingers crossed. He's played 7 games for us already, but £100 million. There wasn't really much out there as left backs go, and a lot of them are wanting over £1 million kronas a week. We just can't afford that, unfortunately. From Shakhtar for 130 million, we bring in Lassina Traore, a striker. You'll see why in just a second, but he looks pretty decent as well. Finishing at 14, he's relatively quick and tries the first time shots as well, which is going to be quite handy. His long shots aren't brilliant though, but as long as he can finish, I don't mind. He's played 5 games for us so far without a goal. And finally from Darmstadt for 95 million, we bring in Christoph Clara, centre back. Pretty decent one actually. We have got Panak, we have got Vitic and Sorensen, so at least we've got people that can come off the bench, or he might even fight for a place, which it seems like he has done. 5 games in the league already for us this season, so hopefully he'll stamp his mark in the division. So we're changing the formation a little bit. We're going to go more attacking. We want more goals. I want to make sure we finish above Slavia Prague in the league, and to be perfectly honest, we've got better attacking options, so that's the other reason why we've gone for this particular formation. If we pick our best 11, we've got Kuch and Traore up top, Haslin, Karabek and Berman-Sevic on the left-hand side. Even though he can play up front, he's opting to play on that side. He's scored 16 goals for us already this season, so yeah, he kind of loves it out there, I think. Gudmundsson, Clara, Vitic and Preciado, Karras in goal, and we've got Solbakken in the central of midfield. And as you can see, our side looks very, very good now. We just need to get a better goalkeeper, and I'm hoping Vitic will step up, and same with Gudmundsson, who's obviously going to fight it out with Schnegg for that left-hand spot. We did relatively well for the beginning part, especially the Champions League qualifiers, and then we stumbled. So let's go through the qualifiers at least anyway. We played Valo, we beat them 6-1 and 4-0. Then we played Varenvaros 2-1 and 2-0. And then we played Copenhagen. We drew 2-2 away and they got hammered at home, which dropped us into the Europa League, which is probably where we're probably best at, really. Better chance of gaining a European trophy, I think. The league, however, we drew our first game. Then we won our second, smashed Bohemians 7-1. We seem to love smashing them a little bit. 4-0. We lost 2-1 to Slaven Liberec. Very disappointed. Then we came back with a Slovako 6-1 victory there and a 2-0 over Victoria Pleasant. The Europa League, we've been drawn against Dinamo Kiev, Toulouse, Sturm Graz, Porto, Aston Villa, Reims, Slovan Bratislava and Chelsea. We're currently lying in second position in the league, 3 points off Slavia Prague, who have dropped points. The Europa League, we are seeded 19th by looks of things. So let's delve into our second season and see if we can improve on last. Season 2 is over, and looking at the championship group, we do not win the league. We don't retain it for a third one on the bounce, and wow, okay, 5 points in it. That's pretty bad. We lost 5 games, 1 in the Champions bit. Slavia Prague didn't lose in the Champions bit. We did draw with Slavia Prague. They did 2 draws. So we obviously won 3 and they won 3 as well. So yeah, a bit disappointing though, to be fair. At the cut-off, we were 4 points behind them at this point. So yeah, we conceded a lot more goals this time round. 37 there. So what did we finish on? 93 goals. So a lot of goals have been scored though. Kucha, leading goal scorer this season, fantastic. And Berman-Sevic, he scored a load. Karabek again, our best player in the league. We do top the assists again, and nothing after that. We kind of struggled this season. It could be because of the formation change, I don't know. Yeah, disappointing not to get any further than that. Competition wise, however, we do win the Czech FA Cup. So if we don't win the league, we win the FA Cup. Is that how it's going to go? I'll take it, but I'm disappointed we didn't retain the league though. It does put us straight into the Europa League, unfortunately. But the Czech FA Cup, we win the final. We beat Victoria Plzeň 2-1. Semi-finals, we beat Slavia Prague 6-3, actually. Smashed them, in fact. Quarterfinals, 4-1. 4-1. Third round, 5-0. Okay, and did we enter the second round? No, we didn't. The Europa League, however, wow, we get knocked out of the league phase this time. I'm disgusted. We got knocked out. We were predicted to finish around about 19th, I think, or seeded 19th. 3 wins, okay, and then we lost to Chelsea, Reims, Villa, Porto, Kiev. We missed out on goal difference. That's really poor. To get ourselves onto a European trophy, it's going to prove very, very difficult. Squad-wise, we scored a ton of goals. 28 for Kucha, 27 for Birmancevic with 23 assists. Wow. Karabek, 24 and 9, superb. 22 and 11 for Traore, excellent. 16 and 12 for Harrison. That is our attacking line, isn't it, really, to be fair. Vitic looks pretty good, 3 and 3. He only had 19 starts there, which is quite worrying. Goodmanson on that left-hand side looks like he dominated that left-back position, didn't he? Schnegg, though, he did get 9 starts, 21 off the bench. He seems alienated. I'm not surprised. And Karius, 60 foot. Yeah, that just goes to show, doesn't it? The change of formation, just having that one player holding back in front of the defence, really cost us this season. Despite the fact that we had 5 players in double figures and 4 of them 20 plus. Yeah, we're going to have to rethink again. Maybe go back to having one more back in midfield, and although having 2 up front helped us a little bit. What are the wingers? I mean, the wingers are still scoring as well, so they're doing the jobs, scoring and assisting. So we can't really take it off them. Maybe we go again and just find somebody better in the DM role, maybe. So going into next season, though, we've been given a whopping 500 million kronas. That's massive. That's a huge amount. I'm going to look forward to spending this, that's for sure. Once again, we'll start off with the outs. We lose Haraslin. He's gone to Udinese for up to 325 million euros. He's reaching his 30s now. Too much money to not accept. However, we did get a damn good replacement. We've also lost Karius. He's gone to LA Galaxy for up to 60 million. And Sedlec as well has gone to Victoria Plzeň for up to 6.25. And once again, a lot of youngsters going also. Which brings us on to our transfers in. Jota Silva, right wing. Well, we're going to be playing him on the right wing at least. Anyway, he looks phenomenal, to be perfectly honest. Bags of potential, 26 years old. And on a free. We couldn't pass this up at all. But we are paying 680,000 a week though. He's played 7 games for us already. He hasn't scored yet, which I'm quite surprised, but I'm hoping there are some assists in there, which looks like there is, at least 4 at least anyway. Next up, from Nantes for 270 million, we bring in Alban Lafont, goalkeeper, to replace Karius. A younger version, I think. 26 years old, pretty decent. Stats increasing all the time. He's conceded 10 goals in 7 games though, which is a little bit worrying at this present moment. And finally, from Salzburg for 300 million, we bring in Bidstrup, a DM or midfielder. Again, looks really, really good. We have got Marcus Solbakken. He can also play there. So 2 very, very good players for that position, so I'm relatively happy. If one gets injured, the other one can just step right in. We are locking Silva on that right hand side for the time being. He does warrant that position anyway, but again, the side looks pretty good once more. Gone relatively well, the fixtures so far. We have been busy with Europe. We had the Europa Leagues where we beat Bohemians 6-4 over the 2 legs. Then we played Maribor, we beat them 6-2 over the 2 legs. Then we played Austria Klagenfurt and we beat them 6-1 over the 2 legs. And then we came unstuck against Braga. We win 2-1 at home and then we got absolutely hammered in the away leg, losing a 5-2 overall, which drops us into the Europa Conference League, which I think we stand a better chance of winning, to be perfectly honest. We've got Basel, VTSC, Hoffenheim, Austria Vienna, AEK, Dinamo, TB. Well, only play 6 games. Okay, I think that's going to prove a little bit harder than I thought, I think. The league, however, Zin 4-2. Then we win 2-1 against Banik Ostrava. Bohemians 4-1. Sigma Olomouc 3-2. Slovan Liberec 4-1. 2-1 against Slovako. And 3-2 against Corvina. I mean, that's 7 for 7, I think it is. It is. We're level par with Slavia Prague. So happy with that. Just the goal difference letting us down. Seeded 7th now, I think, in the Conference League. So we stand a very, very good chance of winning it. Although there are some very good teams ahead of us. So let's get into our third season. And let's see if we can bring home at least this competition. We have won something every season so far. Let's see if we can get a European one, which is part of the challenge in this rebuild. The league is once again back with Sparta Prague with a resounding victory, actually 13 points ahead of Slavia Prague. We only lost 2 games this season, losing to, well, that was before the cut-off as well, and draws. 1 draw and 4 wins, yes, in the second part. That's pretty good. 107 goals scored as well. We're back to scoring goals again, conceding an awful lot, but we are back to scoring, so as long as we outscore our opponents, it's a good sign. The league table before the cut-off, we did have a 9-point lead. We did lose to these guys twice. Where did they finish? They finished in 3rd position, picking up a Europa League qualifying spot. But Slavia Prague seemed to have struggled a little bit this season, losing 5, and we did beat them twice, so that's even better for us as well. Again, outscoring them, but I think it was just 2-1-0 victories. I'll take it. It's still a victory over our fiercest rivals. Kucha 19 goals, although Zlins Ndeye gets 20. Karabek not the best player because we do have Bermansevic's profile there instead, and he gets the most assists as well. So what has Karabek been doing this season? And competition wise, we do lift the FA Cup once again, beating Slovako 4-0 in the final, with Karabak leading goal scorer in the competition. The semi-finals, we beat Jablonek, who beat us in the league incidentally, 4-2 there. Quarter-finals, Victoria Plzeň. What about Slavia Prague? Did they get this far? I don't think they even got this far, because we beat them in the 4th round 3-0. So they have not had a good time against us this season. That's the domestic double, actually, I've just noticed. And the Europa Conference League, we get knocked out in the semi-finals. Wow, okay, we actually get hammered, to be honest. After 3-1 first leg deficit, we lost 7-1 away from home. That is disgusting. 10-2 over the 2 legs. Just before we have a look who won it, we came 4th in the league, unbeaten. We only drew 1 game, Austria Vienna, but beat everybody else. Nothing really noticeable there. Hoffenheim we beat 4-1 and Basel 3-0. But Fiorentina, Monaco and Brentford 6 for 6, all unbeaten. Brentford only conceded 1 goal. The knockout round, we obviously didn't feature. Round of 16, we played Faro Castanta. We beat them 9-6. God, what a game that was. And we beat Fiorentina 5-2 in the next round. Just couldn't get past Monaco, who played Brentford in the final. And it was Brentford who took it after extra time. To be honest, after winning the league and the FA Cup, semi-finals in Europe, I think that's quite a successful season. But it would have been nice to win that competition. Probably our best chance of winning a European competition, I feel. I feel that we are getting a little bit better, especially after this season. Squad-wise, 35 goals and 10 for Karabakh, so he has been busy. It looks like he's been putting all his efforts into the cup competitions. Kucha, 28 and 15, not bad at all for the 29-year-old now. Lesina Traore, 23 and 11, 22 and 34 for Bermansevic. Although he looks like he's dropped off a little bit. He's 28 years old. I mean, 56 goal contributions? That's immense. Danek even gets a couple of games as well, 11 and 1. 11 and 16 for Silva in his first season. I expect him to do a little bit better than that, but we'll see what happens. But other than that, it's not a bad return, though, to be fair. Our wing-backs, not really contributing much. Schnegg, he only played 25 games. Okay, that's not too bad, which means Goodmanson. Okay, so between the two of them, 14 assists. Okay, we'll take that for now. Bidstrup, how did he do? 32 starts, 4 and 2. Although he is looking a little bit concerned. I don't know why. And goalkeeper, yeah, Lafont, we seem to have a little problem at the back. we're conceding one hell of a lot of goals. Vitic, how did he do? 7 and 3. So he's looking pretty decent as well. Clara as well next to him is 7 and 2. Actually, you know what? The two centre-backs aren't that bad at all. It's just our wingers. But then again, if our forward line are doing the job up front and scoring more goals than the opposition, then we're in the right direction, I think. So for next season, we've been given 330 million to spend, with again another increase in the wages budget. That should be able to bring us in a few more players, I reckon. Let's start with the ins first. Jose Angel Carmona we bring in as our right back, 250 million from Sevilla. We have got Presido as well, and we did let go of one of our other right backs as well. We just needed to inject some different players into the club. I feel a little bit of enthusiasm as well. His media description is a fullback. He hasn't got any traits as yet. He's right-footed, but a very, very good player with a lot of all-round stats on him. And from Valladolid for 180 million, we bring in Flavian Enzo Boyomo, centre-back. Yeah, we're strengthening our back four once again. And that's where we seem to be conceding a lot of goals. We don't have any problems going forward. It's just at the back where we just want to keep it a little bit tight. And I think hopefully Flavian will do that for us. He's got a good head in. Physicals aren't that great though, to be perfectly honest. But he's 24 years old and can play alongside Clara and Vitic as well. So 430 million spent on just two players. We didn't really have that much of a window really, and the players that we wanted to bring in were quite expensive. But on the way out, we do lose Panic. He's gone for 80 million to Auxerre. Sorensen, we do say goodbye to, up to nearly 100 million to Sampdoria. Money that really we couldn't refuse. He was getting on a little bit. And Wisner, who was the other right back, 36 million to Willem 2. And then a couple of other players, including Lackey as well, to Ostrava for nearly up to 4 million. Bring in 200 mil to add to the money that we already had. We renewed some contracts, and that's what we were left with. Just a couple of improvements, and trying to get quality players at the back, it's just costing a bomb. Trying to get this challenge of winning a European trophy is proving to be very, very difficult. So if we go through our best 11 at the moment, again, the side looks very solid. We've got Kucha, Traore, Karabakh, Bimasevic and Jota. That top line does not change. They are so, so good. Bistrup comes in to the DM role. We've got Goodmanson, Boyomo, Vitic and Carmona, and Lafont in goal. But because of the loss of Sorensen, we couldn't go in and get another left back, which is what I really wanted to do. But they are still solid. We just want to concede less goals. That's all we want. Can we change him? In fact, we're going to change Lafont to a sweeper keeper, I think, on support. Maybe that'll help our centre-backs a little bit more. And we're going to change Boyomo's position to Libero, so he can just to help Bidstrup out if need be in that midfield role. But apart from that, I think we should be pretty solid. I think I like this a little bit better. And so far, so good. I mean, we've almost had a clean sweep so far this season. The Champions League, we have made it to the league phase. Don't ask me how, but we have done it. I think we've had quite an easy route in. So if we filter it out. So we played Olympia. We beat them 10-0. Over the two legs, 8-1 over TNS. Ludogorets, I think they knocked us out in previous competitions. We beat them 9-2. I mean, that's just crazy. And then we lost to Man City in the first game in the league phase. That's because the window finished on the 9th. So we got Fenerbahce, Antwerp, RB Salzburg, Basel, Ajax, PSG and Barcelona. I think we should be able to go through to the next round. I do think the Champions League is beyond us. We should be aiming to be in the Europa League or the Conference League to get our first European trophy. I just don't think we're good enough at all for the Champions League. But we'll see. Stranger things have happened. The league, however, we've done pretty well with a couple of wins. Any big ones? Bohemians, again, we smashed 4-0. There's a 3-2 victory there. Zlin, 3-1. 2-0 against Krylov. And a draw against Ostrava, which I'm very disappointed about. And yeah, it's dropped points. And then we get back to winning ways with a 3-2 win over Olomouc. So we are lying top of the table. In fact, we're literally 5 points ahead at the top. Wow, okay. I did not see that come. Slavia Prague are way down here. Lost a game already against Batislav. 3 draws and 4 wins. Wow. So on to season 4. And let's see if we can bring home some more trophies, as well as doing well in this Champions League. Season 4 is over. It looks like we're champions again, but before we go into the champions bit, at the 30 game mark, we were unbeaten, 27 wins, 3 draws, not against Slavia Prague, who did end up finishing in second spot in the end, but 96 goals, 25 against. Did we remain unbeaten going into the Champions group? And we did. 32 wins from 30. We must have won all our last 5 games. We did indeed. 114 goals, 31 against. That is a much, much better performance. 99 points, folks. 27 points ahead of second place Slavia Prague. Oh my God, that is one heck of a fantastic season. But it all goes for nothing if we don't win in the Champions League, because Europe seems to be a real stumbling block at the moment. Berman Sevic gets top goal scorer with Karabek behind. So where are our 2 strikers? Well, Traore gets best player of the season, so he must have a hand in assists, which he did with 14, but Berman Sevic, 16 assists, Silva, 14. In fact, we dominated all of them. Even Lafont got 18 clean sheets. And we did win the Czech FA Cup with a 7-1 victory over Mladá Boleslav. Oh my God, I mean, 7-1 in the final. Semi-finals, we beat Slavia Prague 2-1, so it was a gimme at that point. 5-1 in the quarters, 4th round, 6-0 against Bohemians. Wow, that's another big score. 9-0 against Dukla Prague, and I don't think we entered in the second, we didn't. But that's the league and cup double domestic again. We've won it now 3 times on the bounce. So I'm really chuffed with that. But again, how did we do in Europe? That's really what this rebuild's for, to see if we can compete in Europe. No. We got knocked out in the playoff round. We did get out of the group stage though, but we played Monaco again. I'm sure we played Monaco in the semi-finals last season in the Conference League, and they smashed us. This time it was only 5-2, but they beat us again, all the same. Group stage though, we did finish in 20th position, 10 points, some way off these guys at the top, but 3 wins. Wow, we beat Barcelona, and we lost to PSG 5-2, Ajax 3-0, RB Salzburg and Man City. It's better, we're out the group stage, but we need to drop down into the other competitions, European ones, because there's no way we will be winning this anytime soon. Not unless there's a change of formation, but at the moment, we're scoring more than what we're conceding apart from here, though. We did score 12 goals, though, which is quite good. Squad-wise, oh my word, 5 players, 20 goals and over. Goodness me. So, Kutcher, 33 and 13. Karabek, 30 and 14. Berman Sevic, 29 and 28. Traore, 29 and 20. Silva, 20 and 24. I'm wondering now whether we drop wing-backs altogether, because unless, well, Bidstrup gets 12 assists and Colmona, he did get 11, so he's done pretty well. But our left-hand side, Schnegg, 6 and Gudmundsson, 7. 13, okay. And Boyomo, 4 and 3. That's pretty good as well. Pretty good for our new signings. Lafont, 57 and 56. 27 clean sheets. That's got to be a record. That is fantastic, or exceptional. That's very, very good indeed. Maybe we go 3 at the back, possibly 2 in midfield. I don't know how best to do this. I mean, it's working domestically, but Europe, not so. So let's have a look how much money we have got. Wow, nearly $1 billion. Goodness me. We've got a lot of money though. 1.3 billion. That's pretty good. With a relatively quiet window, we do lose one of our big players, I guess. Khan Karenin done really well for us over the years, and he's gone to Cagliari for, I think it was about 30 million in the end. 31 million. Playtime has just dwindled over the past couple of seasons, but the last time he had a good season was a couple of 2 seasons ago actually. 3 assists, 7.08, just 12 games. A really good servant for the club, and one player that could be relied upon. So first up from Werder for 260 million was Justin Njinma, a forward. Again, another one contest with Traore, Silva, Berman Sevic, Kutcher even. Very, very pacey. He's got not bad finishing. He scored 2 goals for us in the league already. From Porto for 450 million. It was kind of hard to find out where we really needed to improve. And left back again, it has been an issue. Our fullbacks are just not doing the job, I don't think, personally. But Javi Lopez can come in, is way above Goodmanson and Schnegg. Although if he does get injured, the other two can step in quite easily. But stats-wise, looks really nice. And then from £87.5 million, just a backup right winger, 25-year-old Bill Antonio from Belgium. I cannot pronounce him. Mechelen, I think it is. 3 games for us already, actually, with a goal. So he's getting some game time after all. Unless that was in the cup competitions, I don't know. Last season for Mechelen, he had a really good season. 18 goals, 9 assists, 3 Player of the Match awards. That's not bad to have as a backup. And finally, on a free transfer, a backup for Karabek and Bermasevic. And he can also play midfield if need be. So he's quite versatile. 24-year-old Reyes Illy. Not bad for a freebie and not bad for a backup as well. He played in Romania on loan with Cluj. 2 goals, 7 assists, 7.23. And before that, he played with Nice, second team, I think it is. 8 and 9. 8 goals, 10 assists, 7.27. He's played really well when he's come on. So I don't have any qualms about him being a real backup. So, yeah, 24 years old, can probably step up to the job if need be. Tactically, we're still going with the same formation. It's worked for us over the past couple of seasons. Last season, we had an unbeaten season in the league. And we won the FA Cup as well. So the double domestic, twice on the bounce. Why would I need to change it? The only need would have been for Europe. But we have made it to the Champions League again. And as you can see, because we winning the league, we only had a playoff game against Starjanan. And we beat them 15-0 over the 2 legs. I mean, they might as well have not turned up for the second leg because they got hammered and it was on their own turf as well. In the league, however, we have won all our games apart from one against Victoria Pleasant. But did we play anybody significant? Jablanek, we beat 4-1. Bohemians, have we played them yet? Because we seem to right at the beginning. It doesn't look like we have. No, Slovakia we beat 2-1 and we've got Slavia Prague next. The Champions League, we have started off with a massive win over Copenhagen 4-1. With Besiktas coming up next. We've got RB Salzburg, PSG, AZ, AEK, Atletico Madrid and Inter. I just want to qualify for the next round. I want to get at least to the round of 16 on quarters if at all possible. That would be amazing. That would be quite good growth considering we've been consistently in Europe. We just can't get past them early rounds. Of the league, however, yeah, we're smashing that already. Slavia Prague, some way behind us. Again, they've lost 2 games already. Victoria Pleasant and Brno. And we're 5 points ahead of Bohemians. So at the moment, we're doing what needs to be done. And in the Champions League phase, we are currently lying in 5th position after that win. So let's delve into our final season. See if we can improve in the Champions Leagues and get a little bit further. We're playing with the big guns. It's a task and a half, but if we can do the League and Cup double again and go a bit further in Champions League, I'd say it's a job well done. We'll start off with 30 game league part. We literally stormed it yet again. 18 points clear, I think it is, against from Victoria Pleasant. Slavia Prague some way behind as well. In fact, wow. 25 points behind? Goodness me. We do lose 1 game in the end this part of the season. 3-2 to Pleasant, who are currently second. But yeah, as you can see, it looks like we're champions anyway. So let's have a look in the championship group. And we obtained 92 points this season. I think we got 99 last. But 116 goals and we only conceded 20 this time. So we are conceding less and less goals. That's incredible. Obviously we didn't lose any. We did draw 2 in this last 5 games and winning 3. Beating Bohemians yet again. We seem to like beating Bohemians, who have dropped down into 6th position there. Bermasevic, leading goal scorer from Karabek. Again, we're without our strikers there, but we are getting the golden boot through our other means. Bermasevic again leading player of the season with Karabek and Kamorna, and same again in the assists as well. In fact, Birmancevic has been absolutely phenomenal this season. Lafont, 20 clean sheets this season as well. I'm expecting him to break all sorts of records this season. So the Czech First Division has risen up the ranks as well. We started off in 14th. It looks like we're 13th as of last season, I think, and I'm not sure if it is now. No, not yet. It's still another year. But as you can see, Sparta Prague now have won the league 5 times in the last 6 seasons. We do, however, go and complete the league and cup double domestically with a 3-1 victory in the FA Cup final as we take the lead there. They do get an equaliser before heading into extra time where we just pile on more pressure and, well, the reason why we go ahead and win these competitions because we're just too good. What a finish. And as you can see, we beat Mlada Boleslav. Semi-finals, we beat Sigma 5-1. Quarter-finals, a 9-0 victory. Slavia Prague lost to Karvina 1-0 after extra time in that one. We have been putting it away in this competition. 4-0 there. Third round, 3-2, so we almost went out in the third round where we came in at. Karabakh leading goal scorer together with Nijinma. Karabakh best player in the league, Birmancevic, most assists. Yeah, I mean, we again dominating this competition. The Champions League, however, sees us qualify for the next round in 19th position. 3 wins, AEK, Besiktas and Copenhagen. We did draw with Atletico Madrid, but lost to Inter, AZ, PSG and RB Salzburg. Again, we do struggle in this competition. I just think it's just too much for us, especially with the money that's been floating around. We can't get the better players. We just cannot afford the wages. But the playoff round is where it ended. We played Real Madrid, leading from the first leg 2-1. We did lose the second 4-0, a 5-2 loss overall. Again, if it was anybody else, we might have stood a chance. But it looks like all those that qualified in the top 8 went through because they all played away, I think, in the first leg. Eventual winners then, in the end, was PSG over Real Madrid. So we did lose to the eventual finalists, but I'm disappointed not to go far in Europe. The whole point of this challenge was to try and win a European trophy, and the closest we got was a couple of seasons ago in the Conference League where we got to the semi-finals where we got mauled by Monaco. Despite getting to Europe every season, it's just proven too much of a task to go and win it, especially the big one, the UCL. Squad-wise, however, they have been really good. They are really too good for this division or this league. With 32 and 10 for Justin, Karabakh 31 and 12, Birmancevic 30 and 25. He's now 30. 19 and 12 for Kutcher, 11 and 14 for Silva, Traore 10 and 2, Kimona 17 assists. That's exactly what we wanted from the start from our other guys. Lopez, our other wing back, 16. Fantastic. Big Strip, not as much this season. I suppose everybody else has been contributing. And look at Lafont as well. 46 conceded with 25 clean sheets. That's a much, much better performance this season. Finances, a lot of money in there, throwing it around once more. So let's delve into the records, see if we did break any, as we always do. 99 points last season was the most we ever got. Most wins in the season, 32 the same season. Most league goals scored, 116. I think that was the same season again, or was it just gone? I can't keep up with scoring loads of goals recently. And 21 million was the highest gate receipts against Copenhagen in the Champions League playoffs. We do get the biggest win in 2028, 10-0 against Paradubis. Heaviest defeat, the 7-1 loss to Monaco. That was the Conference League semi-final I was talked about earlier on. High scorer match 7-3. Most league goals by player in the season, Karabakh 35, our CAM player. Most league appearances as well, Karabakh 242. Virtually ever present since I realised we had him. Most league goals by player in the seasons, Birmancevic 23, Traore highest rating. We have broken a couple here though. Most goals by player in a match, Karabakh 6 in that 10-0 victory that we got for the highest win as well, or biggest win. Most goals by player in the league match, Karabakh. Bemesevic, most assists by player in the season. Lafont, 27 last season for the most clean sheets. I mean, we've broken quite a few. What about sequences? Most matches won in a row, 16. That's pretty good. Did we get any highest transfer fees? Yes, 450 million for Lopez in the last season. So I think that's where we're going to leave it. Thank you very much for watching. It's unfortunate we did not win a European trophy, but sometimes that's the way it goes. We did add to the Czech First Division and the FA Cup, which is fantastic. And until the next rebuild, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.